in the diasporas are not left out. That's why Diaspora Talk is back on your screens on KMTV.
In fact, the United Party is not cohesive.
Be it social, political, economic, and other issues affecting Liberia and the diaspora Liberian communities.
I did not expect to even make it to Hollywood.
Join Cyrus McGee and Nathan Charles every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, live on KMTV, Facebook, and YouTube.
I want to be arrested in the midst of my people.
As they discuss the issues blending the voices from Liberia and the diaspora Liberian communities.
The Liberian Business Association in the diaspora should be used as a vehicle for economic development in Liberia because no country can develop without a diaspora impact.
For sponsorship, call cell numbers 612-806-5896, 816-433-3979, or better still, email us at usakmtv@gmail.com. Diaspora Talk, come this out.
Hi, my name is Dr. Kent. Welcome to Brooklyn Chiropractic. Come to Brooklyn Chiropractic if you're having any back or neck pain. Especially, we specialize in treating people in auto and work-related injuries. So we've been established here in Brooklyn Center for the last 14 years. And one of the pleasures that I have is helping out in the community. We've sponsored a lot of events throughout the years in the community, and we really appreciate being a part of the community. So if you're experiencing any pain, give us a try. If you want a drug-free way to get better. Thank you.
Let your celebration begin with Park Liquor Outlet, your first Liberian-owned liquor store in the city of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. We have everything that you need to set that special occasion or bride. For your next party or great get-together with friends, visit Park Liquor Outlet. We have great selection of beer, wine, gin, and many more at affordable prices. Our customer service will make you always want to come back. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Park Liquor Outlet, your one-stop celebration.
It's a pleasure to be back again on the famous Diaspora Talk on this program here. My name is Nathan Charles, sitting in the presenter seat. My colleague Cyrus McGee and Joanne Prowse here are not on this edition. They are on some personal engagement. However, we're looking at the issues unfolding in Liberia and across the world. As you all know, the United States ambassador to Liberia put out a statement that is trending on social media. And there has been diverse view from both sides. That is those in favor of the current government and those against the current government in Liberia, headed by George Weah and Joe Howard Taylor. The statement from Ambassador Michael McCarthy about his entire view about Liberia and situation there, we'll be going into that statement bit by bit, discussing it. As you know, we made mention of several issues in terms of governance under this current government of George Weah and the entire state of the nation. He summarized it in that statement. As you know, Ambassador McCarthy will soon end his duty in Liberia, and he has put out this statement. So we'll be looking at each line in that statement. And the biometric system is still ongoing across Liberia in 6 other counties: Maryland, Grand Jide, Nima, in the southeast, Lofa, and other counties there. The National Elections Commission continues with the biometric system in Liberia. And on Friday, the Unity Party standard bearer Joseph Human Barker is expected to name his running mate. Some people are calling it Rescue Mission or Rescue 2. Who is that Rescue 2 to go on the ticket with former vice president of Liberia, Joseph Human Boyka. That's everyone is just on the seat, on the edge of the seat, waiting to see who name will be called. But it is it is an open secret that few names are in the corridors or in the ears. I've been whispering in the ears of people. We learn of talk show host Henry Costa, who is currently in the country, also to Jeremiah Kuhn from Nima County, from the of Grand Bassa Bell. We're hearing of Senator Youngblin Kanka Lawrence. So these are names we're hearing on the vice president, former vice president Joseph Boyka is expected to select one of them, or maybe we don't know. Some strange names might come out, but momentum. Everyone is on their seat, waiting to know what's going on. Who's Vice President Joseph Human Boyka will select? And as you know already, there are groups that are mounting pressure for Joseph Boyka to select Alexander B. Cummings, though his name is not in the vice president or presidential pick for Joseph Boyka. So these are the issues we'll be discussing. My name is Nathan Charles. On this edition of the Diaspora Talk, we will take a break. When I come back, we'll go straight into the statement of the United States Ambassador, Michael McCarthy, where he said that one of the statements, just the last line in his statement, we'll be looking at it. That's why on the screen, and other issues in his statement. So let's take a word from our sponsor. When we come back, the lines too will open the lines. Hopefully, if you want to participate, you will call us on on WhatsApp 816-433-979. We'll put that number up if you want to participate and you have your voice on the issue of the United States Ambassador comments about Liberia. You can participate. Let me see if I can put that number up when we come back from our break. But these are the issues we'll be discussing here on the Diaspora Talk. My colleague Cyrus is out, and he will be joining me hopefully Friday. Joanne Proud CA2, she will be joining us on Friday, and we'll be looking at major issues in Liberia. So let's take a word from our sponsor. When we come back, we discuss these and other issues.
Hi, my name is Dr. Kent. Welcome to Brooklyn Chiropractic. Come to Brooklyn Chiropractic if you're having any back or neck pain. Especially, we specialize in treating people in auto and work-related injuries. So we've been established here in Brooklyn Center for the last 14 years. And one of the pleasures that I have is helping out in the community. We've sponsored a lot of events throughout the years in the community, and we really appreciate being a part of the community. So if you're experiencing any pain, give us a try. If you want a drug-free way to get better. Thank you.
Infotech Fast Track Computer Sales and Repair Center is proud to be associated with Diaspora Talk. Infotech Fast Track, a Liberian-owned business, is the leading computer sales and repair center in Minnesota and is specialized in laptop and PC repairs of any brand and any problem. We are situated at 7920 Brooklyn Boulevard, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. For more information, call cell number 763-432-3284. Or for better still, email us at infotech@fasttrack.com. Infotech Fast Track Computer Sales and Repair Center, your computer solution hub.
Thanks for joining us on the Diaspora Talk. My name is Nathan Charles here. This edition is April 26th. I tell you, the month is ending, and we are in the second quarter of this year, 2023. I hope your resolution you have made this year, I hope you are working towards it because time flies. There's an old song that says, flowers living before door ear cut off. Flowers living before door ear cut off. So you need to always prepare yourself. There will always be issues in life. There will always be challenges, but you need to work towards these challenges and make life a better, make the environment in life a better place. Also help people if you can add your own description. So let's look at this statement from the United States outgoing United States ambassador to Liberia, Michael McCarthy. And he sent that statement out a few days ago. According to Mr. McCarthy, he visited 4 counties. These counties are in the visited the Bomi, Babulu, and 4 other counties in southeastern part of Liberia. I think you know it's Maryland, Grand Gide, River G. These are the southeastern part of Liberia. And he said that has ended his visit to all Liberia. As you know, Liberia has 16 counties, and that was the statement according to Mr. McCarthy, Ambassador McCarthy. He made to the United States Congress that once he comes to Liberia, he will be an ambassador for all and not just for one set of Monrovia base, like how other ambassadors they just stuck in few other counties. But he showed that before his tenure ends, he will visit all of Liberia's 16 counties, and he did that. But guess what? According to Ambassador McCarthy, I keep saying Mr. According to Ambassador McCarthy, it is unbelievable what he saw across this area. So as you see on the screen, this is the United States Ambassador to Liberia, outgoing United States Ambassador to Liberia, Michael McCarthy there. He interacted with cross-section of Liberians, and he performed traditional ritual. He took part in interviews throughout Liberia, visited other local stations, had an interview, interacted with community stakeholders, people who are engaged into other developments and projects throughout Liberia, and the ordinary people. For him, according to him in his statement, he wanted to understand, to get a fair appraisal of how life is, and at these people provided basic social services in counties. So he said that his trip brought unearthed a lot of things. One, he started out with the hospital condition in these counties. And he said it is embarrassing, it is disappointing that in 2022, the 2022 budget, there has not been sufficient funding provided to these hospitals, making mention to at least the Tenawanium Memorial Hospital in Lofa County. And what he said, that entity currently survives on the back of incredible, he used the word incredible, dedicated health workers or professionals. So imagine that they are just managing our hospital because we have some dedicated health workers there who are managing the facility and just to survive. I'm sure they are seeking out for funding from donors, from groups in the diaspora. I know the Lofa County Association in diaspora, this group in Canada, and other people who he could go humanitarian who are also been chipping in. That was one of the things he made mention. Other counties' health system, he said, they are deplorable and they are not providing the services because of lack of budgetary support provided to them. That's one of the things he said, because there are a whole lot of bottlenecks because maybe some politician or some ministers or some people who work within this line ministry who's supposed to do the work, they are not doing to ensure that these people have their budget that was approved by them. So that's one of the things he raised in his statement. And according to him, one of the things here he said, he said if the government is failing to deliver a statutory appropriation of only 100,000 existing hospital, existing 100,000 to existing hospital, why would we even trust annual pledges of 30 million for the future national rule or national health plan? So he also making mention of that, wherein money was given to the health situation, but nothing was given to these people in this county. So one of the things he made mention too of the county service center. These service centers were initiated under the regime of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. They are there to serve people. For example, if I want a marriage certificate, I cannot come down to Monrovia. We have the service center there. I want a birth certificate. You cannot come down to Monrovia. You can have it at Land D. I want to do a survey, get my D and other stuff registered. I can benefit from that service center. So that service center was providing a lot of things to Liberians, but that was the aim. That's why it was established. But according to him, in 2022, the service center none has received had received any of the budget allocation, which was around $13,000. So one of the center he said never had printer, marriage certificate for 4 years because the printer broke down. So these are some of the things. So it comes to mind, why should we wait for these people to point out these things when we have people who are in power, or we have people who have been dedicated or taxed with that duty to perform these things? Why should we? 4 years, it means that there was no supervision. We don't know, or waiting the year from the U.S. ambassador before we take our appropriate step. So that was some of the issue he raised at that center, and he said the issue of electricity was another major problem for service centers there in parts of Liberia. So another issue he raised, yeah, I'm just browsing through the issue of salary for employees, the issue of taxpayer, people are paying the taxes, and the United States citizens are paying taxes, are spending over 60 million a year on healthcare in Liberia, and another 32 million on education. The same legislature that spent 65 million on itself in 2022 appropriated around 7.1 million for grants and subsidies to county health facility, and another 2.76 million to operations at basic and secondary education. So these are things. While the United States taxpayers spend over 60 million, our lawmakers, they are budgeting such an amount. And he's wondering if only they have given additional 10 million a year to primary education for a county that is, for a county that would also benefit residents there within these counties. So he wants more to be, so he wants more budget and money to be given to this area in terms of education, in terms of health. So now look at his last statement he made. Let's look at what he said here. Let me bring that on the screen. And he said, as for me, should the U.S. Congress ask how the elite in Monrovia are treated, and the destitute citizens in Monrovia are treating destitute citizens in the Leeward County, my honest response will have to be those citizens are treated with a neglect that borders on contempt. Is this the best that Liberia can do? That's the statement there from Michael McCarthy, outgoing United States ambassador in Liberia. We've been going through his statement. I mean, you can go on our Facebook page. I think some of you who've been on social media, you have been seeing that statement. And if you want to participate in this program, looking at the ambassador statement, what's your own view as it relates to the ambassador statement? You can call us on 816 on that is WhatsApp now, plus 816 433 979. I'm trying to get that number out here so you can participate and discuss what's going on in Liberia. Can we change that situation there? So I'm about to put the number on WhatsApp. Okay, and you can participate and and give your own opinion on this situation. It's like Liberia. Should we wait for United States ambassador to see these things before we? That's the number there on WhatsApp, 816-433-979, and that's our student number if you want to participate on WhatsApp. Look at the United States ambassador, although United States ambassador statement on Liberia, and one of the paragraphs here I'm about to read. Now let me just read that. He says. I'm just US 500,000 each per year at actual maintenance. Not no, that's not a statement. He said the legislature will still have 43 million a year to somehow get by. Yeah, so he's want the legislature to at least appropriate 10 million, and towards education, health, and other things. And this will be good for Liberia. But should we wait on the United States, outgoing United States ambassador to say these things? And if you read through the statement, it is crazy. He's not only blasting at the George Weah administration, including he said the entire government. He made mention of the legislature, the mention of the government. It's not only the CDC ruling party that Michael McCarthy made mention of. And he ended his visit in these counties, making it 16 counties in Liberia. And he said, there is more to be done. Indeed, there is more to be done. Our people in Liberia, they are still living below the Irish belt. They are living in abject poverty. How can we improve their life? How can we change those broken systems and be more proactive than reactive? As you know, even our security apparatus, they are also crying for budgetary support. But interestingly, our lawmakers, they are making thousands of dollars just working few hours, and they have all of these appropriation. How can we change the situation? How can we improve the life of the ordinary people? If you want to participate on this program, to give your say, call us on 816-433-3979, and we'll be glad to take your calls on the program of Diaspora Talk. This is an interactive program, and you can participate. Let's hear from you. What do you make of the statement from the United States Ambassador Michael McCarthy on Liberia, looking at the situation there and how the people in Liberia are treated by the current government, including the legislature, the executive branch of government in Liberia? And he's been speaking on these issues, saying that, hey, as when he come back, this is what he's going to tell the U.S. Congress, that people are not treated good in Liberia. Is that a good response from the United States ambassador on the situation in Liberia? So these are things we're looking at today on the Diaspora Talk. Let's see if we can take another break from our sponsor. When we come back, we look at other issues here as election is about to hit Liberia in October. Campaign will start very soon, and election fever is already creeping in Liberia, and Rescue One is about to name Rescue Two on Friday at the Unity Party headquarters. You know who is Rescue One already. He claimed to be Rescue One, Joseph Human Barker. So we expect him to name his vice presidential running mate on Friday. The big announcement is people are on the seat, the edge of the seat, to know who will be that candidate Vice President Joseph Barker will select for his upcoming program. Let's take a break. We'll be right back in split seconds.
Let your celebration begin with Park Liquor Outlet, your first Liberian-owned liquor store in the city of Broken Park, Minnesota. We have everything that you need to set that special occasion or bride. For your next party or great get-together with friends, visit Park Liquor Outlet. We have great selection of beer, wine, gin, and many more at affordable prices. Our customer service will make you always want to come back. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Park Liquor Outlet, your one-stop celebration store. We are located at 6315 Zine Avenue North, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Visit us today and feel the difference.
For politics, entertainment, news, and business. And this is KMTV. We are on your screen, we are everywhere. The best online Liberian platform you have. Make the best use of it. My name is Frank Adams, and I endorse this channel.
Yes, this is KMTV for quality information, education, entertainment. We are the premium of online television, Creative Minds Television there in Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, and the Monroeville, Liberia. For all of your information, doing business with KMTV, you can call us up and we'll be glad to promote your goods and services here on KMTV Diaspora Talk. That's why we're here for the Park Liquor Outlet is one of our sponsors on the Diaspora Talk for all of your best quality drinks. I mean, I don't know some of the drinks, but you can visit the Park Liquor Outlet there and we'll be glad to help you, give you all of your best drink. And this is KMTV. And let's see this other story coming in here from Liberia. Say this, as you know, people have been complaining how drugs enter into the country. The government have confiscated huge quantity of drugs, and over 1 million sometime a few months ago. Now we're still seeing other people have been arrested with quantity of drugs. The Drugs Enforcement Agency, they are doing extremely well. From Maryland County, a few days ago, last week or something, they confiscated a huge quantity of marijuana. In other counties too, they are tracking down people who are engaged into such things. So indeed, the DEA is doing extremely well. But hey, we need to support them. We need to ensure that when these substances have been confiscated, they must also be destroyed appropriately in accordance with the law. And also, how can we tighten our borders? So the place the drugs is coming from, the place the people who bringing these substances into the country and they are nabbing them, how can we ensure that we tighten our belts so there can be no loopholes? Because I tell you, if people don't ensure that drugs and other substances are curtailed from on the streets, it's hard because you know our borders are porous. It's an open secret that people pass through so many means to come into Liberia. But this story here coming in from the this story coming in from Grand. Oh, that's not Grand. Sorry. This story here coming in from Clay in Bombay County. This Mohammed Kamara, as you see here on the screen there, he has been arrested for being in possession of 8 wraps of Kush. Kush, as you know, is drugs on the Liberian market nowadays that everyone trying to take step not for it to get on our market. A few days ago, a lot of women and other groups protest calling on the government to ensure that Kush and other substances not come on our market, and that 8 wraps of Kush CBT is valued at $9,600 according to expert there from the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. So they arrested Mohammed Kamara at the Clay checkpoint in Bombay County there with a huge quantity of Kush. He was coming over to sell these substances and make some money. We call it dirty money. So thanks to our DEA there at the Clay checkpoint, they were able to nab him. Who know, probably he came from neighboring country and the smuggled that drugs in the Kush into the country. Nobody found him. But when he reached at the Clay checkpoint, they were able to nab him down. Indeed, if that quantity, 8 wraps, close to $9,000, if we're going to hit our market, our young people are going to be destroyed. We need to ensure that most of these things are not entering in our market. Indeed, don't forget on the in few hours, the closing argument will have a special guest here on KMTV. So join the team, and our guest today on the closing argument will be Mr. Samuel Jackson. He will be live on this network in few hours. That is 4:30 U.S. time, Eastern Standard Time. He will be on KMTV or in Liberia, 8:30 Liberian time. Samuel Jackson will be here on the closing argument program, looking at issues unfolding there in Liberia, the state of the nation, and other points raised there by the U.S. ambassador and other issues in Liberia. The presidential elections is coming, and I'm sure he's going to be looking at our economy there in Liberia. So join your guest, your host, Kev Hassan, Timothy George, Jacqueline McKay, Ben Sandy, and Dr. Heron Peabody. They will be here at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time and 8:30 Liberian time to discuss with Samuel Jackson and economy on the situation there in Liberia. This is the Diaspora Talk. We said we are looking at issues in Liberia. Let's go over to this development here. As you know, a few hours from now, we are counting hours now. First, we were counting weeks. We started counting, but now we're counting hours to that big announcement from the Rescue One. The Unity Party will be the Unity Partisans will be conversion at the party headquarters to listing and to know who will be the next running mate to Vice President Joseph Boyka, and he will be naming his running mate on Friday. So the entire nation, even the ruling party, they are seated and just waiting who will be that next vice president candidate uh, who will go with Joseph Boyka to be current President George Weah. So that's one of the things they are waiting for to know. Hey, who is this person? Who is this rescue to? Already, they have been flown in the market. They have been, I mean, not the market. They have been passing around to say we will be the current president who will be in seat. Already, there are a lot of people who are saying that George Weah has failed Liberians, and it's time that they put him out. But with the candidate, with the election process just now, and those who will be contesting, because as you know, every candidate who is part of a ticket must have a constituency, and who is going to be that person? Joseph Walker is going to select. Can it be Henry Costa? Can it be Jeremiah Poon? Will it be Youngblin Kanga Lawrence? Or with Vice President Joseph Walker ahead to the group of opposition unity, some group they call themselves, who are insisting that he and Alexander B. Cummings merge on a ticket because they see that as the only alternative to lead President George Weah in the coming election. So we all eyes are now set to know who's going to be Joseph Boyka running mate. People are saying that Joseph Boyka, he's old. He's old to run for presidency. For the presidency, he should bring on somebody else because he worked in the Eddie Johnson Sharif government. But others are saying it is not based on age. Giving an example of Joseph Biden of the USA. Others are saying his experience in working in government. So these are other arguments. As you know, it's election time. You have to defend your candidate whatever way possible. This is Diaspora Talk, looking at issues in Liberia and around the world. Let's see if we can. Let's see. Don't forget KMTV. We are coming up with something special. This is what we're coming up with. So you can have your jersey. We have different colors, red, white, and blue. You can put in your order here, and we will be glad to ship your order to you all parts of the USA. You can put in your order. These are the numbers you see. You can put in your order. Call us on 816-433-979 and put in your order. Flair Day is coming. July 26 is coming. You can put in your order and get yourself a beautiful made Liberian KMTV brand jersey for a little of nothing. So call us and be a part of that thing. Make Liberia proud. We have to showcase Liberia at your work. You can wear that. I represent Liberia. In home, attending major occasion, you just put up your Liberian outfit and go and showcase Mama Liberia to the rest of the world. We have two colors, red, white, and red and blue. So you can call us up. Our numbers are there on the bottom of the screen. We're located at 5901 Brooklyn Boulevard, Brooklyn Center, to get yourself a beautiful branded KMTV Sports Liberian outfit. And these design are really quality design. They are not the ones anyway who they just rip off. So indeed, we say thanks for always following us on KMTV. Before we leave, let's look at stories we've been discussing. The United States Ambassador Michael McCarthy's statement on Liberia, saying the situation in Liberia is terrible, and there is a need for the government, improve the living condition of Liberians. He said, and when he comes, he said, as for me, should the U.S. Congress ask how the elite in Monrovia are treating destitute citizens in the Leeward counties? My honest response will have to be those citizens are treated with neglect that borders on contempt. Is this the best that Liberia can do? So, Michael McCarthy, there on the United States assessment about Liberia, he visited various counties, performing traditional rituals, and he said things are not good for Liberia, for the citizens in Liberia. More is needed. The legislature, government officials, they are appropriating huge sum of money for their personal benefit. If they just put that money into healthcare, they put that money into education, that will improve the lives of Liberians. But they are not doing it, and they are just enriching themselves. So there is a need that Liberians, those who serving in position of trust, go to the honorable to make sure that hey, things are in place. And so let's look at our last story on this program. As you know, Rockney this year, the publisher of the unauthorized biography of President George Weah, African footballing president, released his book in Liberia on last Saturday. But since Rockney wrote this book, there has been issue. People from the George Weah camp are questioning his ability, Rockney's ability. Why would he write a book that President George Weah has not approved? But on the closing argument program, a supporter of the President George Weah, Keith Hassan, also brought the same situation out, questioning Mr. Rockney's decision to write a book about President George Weah, and George Weah is not in the book. Let's bring you that discussion, and Mr. Rockney respond to that question there.
So
you got a lot of people in the book. You spoke to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Secondhand information,
Mm-hmm.
people get. But what missing in that book for me is George Weah. George Weah is not in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Why so?
I already told you. I've asked him to speak about the things that other people were saying about him. He refused. So it's not my fault. He had the opportunity. He was given a lot of opportunities multiple times to him, himself, and his people around him, and he refused. So as a journalist, as a writer, the best you can do is ask someone for their take on what's going on. It's not my prerogative if he decides not to. He had opportunity, he had the time, he had, and he said he wasn't interested. So I don't think the question that keeps asking people like why he's not involved, I don't need his permission, I don't need his input or the courtesy. I asked him, he said no, so he won't be part of it. So it is what it is. And I think the people I interviewed, the people I spoke to, are people who were around him for years. They played together. Some of them worked with him for years. So they're not like saying yes, say, or they say on the record. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted this book to be factual, not what people were, making up. If you look at the back of the book, I'm sure, Tomlin, you've seen it. There's sources cited, there's documentations, there, things that that people know about. So it's not like I'm just writing about the president and just saying things that are not true. Everything that's in the book is well documented. So that's what I can say about that point.
Yeah, but Rodney, because writing about the president is a lot of misleading story out there. A lot of folks who will come out
You
and
see, the problem with that notion you have, Kev, is that you're trying to suggest that the people we interviewed, like Winston Tubman, for example, who was on the campaign trail with the president when he was running, when he was a vice presidential candidate. Um, do you want to say that Winston Tubman lied on the president? James Deba, who played with him for years in teams, they had falling out, falling ends. Jonathan Borchai, Sugby, Joel Howard Taylor, all those people I spoke to in this book. Lewis Creighton, Jeremy Verdier, James Verdier, all of these people are people that we talked to on the record. We did not say,
But let me hold you there.
we're
Let
not.
me hold you there.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Because the point you try to make is that because the president didn't speak, that means the book is flawed. It is not. Okay. There've been a lot of books written by Trump, about Clintons, about Obama, that they were not part of, but people interview people about them. This is the president of a country. And if he's asked by a journalist, a leading journalist in the country about a project and he refuses to do it, when the project comes out, you cannot blame the journalist for not, including him in the book. That's not my problem.
Okay, let me hold you right there. Let me call two names. You call Borchaz, you call Jerome over there. And
You listened there to Rock the CA, journalist Rock the CA, on why President Josh was not mentioned in the book, because Josh on several occasions refused that Rockne cannot write his biography. So he went on with the unofficial, and he's been responding there to media inquiry and the panelists on the closing argument. Kev Hassan, the close associate and supporter of the current regime of the ruling coalition for democratic change, CDC. So this is how we go on the Diaspora Talk. My name is Nathan Charles. Don't forget, KMTV will be here on Friday. My colleague, the lead presenter of this show, Cyrus McGee, and one of our producers and presenter, Joanne Prowse, will also be here with me on Friday. We hope that will be a fascinating production on the KMTV Diaspora Talk. We are here to give you voice and to amplify your voice. We'll be looking at U.S. Ambassador Michael McCarthy's statement on Liberia, saying the situation in Liberia is awful and there's a need for government to do more. He's not only talking about Josh, but the entire government. There is need for them to do more. They are enriching themselves while the ordinary people are living with ordinary people are suffering. There's a famous statement here from Plato. He said, "No one is more hate than he who speaks the truth." I repeat that. No one is more hated than those who speak the truth. So indeed, if you speak the truth, they're going to hate you. Be it good, be it bad, in the favor, they are going to hate you. Don't forget, KMTV Sports will be unveiling, or is unveiling, the new Liberian made t-shirt for your July 26th. You can call us up 816-433-979 to get the service shipped across the USA. And these t-shirts are quality t-shirts. So get yourself your jersey to showcase Mama Liberia around the world. Until we come your way again on Friday, we say thanks for always being there. Always subscribe to KMTV, and don't forget, the closing argument will come your way on today. That is with Kev Hassan, Ben Sambi, Jacqueline McKay, Peabody, Henry Peabody, and Timothy George. So they will be hosting Samuel Jackson at 8:30 p.m. Liberian time, and that program will be relayed on several community radio stations across Liberia, including Hot FM, Puma FM, and on this KMTV platform, YouTube, and our app. So please go and download your KMTV app on your Android, your Roku, and your Apple TV. We are always here to serve you. Have yourself a wonderful day from where you sit. I mean, wonderful evening, wonderful night, wonderful morning from where you sit. I say, let me leave you with our sponsor commercial. Bye.
Let your celebration begin with Park Liquor Outlet, your first Liberian-owned liquor store in the city of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. We have everything that you need to set that special occasion or bride. For your next party or great get-together with friends, visit Park Liquor Outlet. We have great selection of beer, wine, gin, and many more at affordable prices. Our customer service will make you always want to come back. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Park Liquor Outlet, your one-stop celebration store. We are located at 6315 Zine Avenue North, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Visit us today and feel the difference.
Hi, my name is Dr. Kent. Welcome to Brooklyn Chiropractic. Come to Brooklyn Chiropractic if you're having any back or neck pain. Especially, we specialize in treating people in auto and work-related injuries. We've been established here in Brooklyn Center for the last 14 years. And one of the pleasures that I have is helping out in the community. We've sponsored a lot of events throughout the years in the community. And we really appreciate being a part of the community. So if you're experiencing any pain, give us a try if you want a drug-free way to get better. Thank you.